DreamWorks is going to release a new movie called The Forgotten Island later this year, and it looks amazing! Are you ready to dive into this brand new adventure? The movie begins with two girls in a school hallway in the 90s. They're standing in front of the principal's office. It looks like both of them are in trouble, but one of them seems to be the troublemaker, while the other one, poor thing, just had a bad day. Hold on tight because there's a lot coming. This movie is going to be incredible, full of color and adventure. Stay tuned because another Cinewave full of new stuff is starting now. Notice that in that same hallway scene, there's a board with school artwork and announcements, something normal in every school around the world. This movie will take place in the Philippines, so there are some interesting details to notice on that board. But the most important detail is that yellow sun on the wall next to the phrase, "Dream Big." Take a close look at that sun's design pattern, because it's going to show up a lot. The more carefree girl is named Jo, while the other is Raisa. They meet and introduce themselves, but if you look at Jo, you'll see she's wearing bat wings, while Raisa has a pink skirt that looks like a ballet tutu. This clearly shows their personalities. Jo is a little troublemaker, while Raisa is more well-behaved. We're talking about the best friendship ever. Look at how scared Raisa's face is at the moment when the 90s date appears on the screen. She's afraid of something. She probably got sent to the principal's office by mistake. When the scene changes, we see Jo on the other side of the hallway. Behind her, there's a poster that says, "Fitas ang kamay." And this is important because in the Filipino language, it means, raise your hand. Something like raising your hand to speak. And these two girls are going to have a lot to say to each other. When Jo jumps to Raisa's side, we see 3 exclamation marks on the screen. And that shows this movie will be full of artistic animation that makes it feel pretty wild. Like a comic book style, meaning nothing that looks like the real world. This is a fantasy story. When Jo goes to cut a hair ribbon to make a friendship bracelet between the two of them, we see that the pocket knife has Lola written on it along with a heart drawing. That means the knife is called Lola, or that it belonged to someone with that name. Now up close, we can see that Jo's wings are made of cardboard, painted purple and attached with transparent tape. A homemade costume. Those are the best. But why was she wearing that at school? We'll only find out when the movie is released on September 25th this year. As soon as they put on the friendship bracelets, we enter an edit that uses the bracelets as a window into memories. It's really beautiful, and in one detail, there are 3 cubes with the letters BBF, meaning best friends forever. As the memories start playing, we see several charms being added to the bracelet, and the first one is a purple monster bat. This is important. There will be a lot about this bat later on, but you've already noticed that Jo really likes this whole bat wing thing, right? A second charm appears on the bracelet, and it looks like an eye. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Raisa wears glasses, but it's still not clear. Get the joke? Glasses, eye, and not clear? Anyway, moving on. One of their memories shows the girls driving a bus, and on the vehicle there's the word mabuhay, which in Filipino means long life or welcome. And another charm is added to the bracelet, in this case a key, and it becomes clear that each charm represents an incredible moment in their friendship. Like, for example, 2 kids trying to drive an out-of-control bus. A scene cut shows that the 2 are growing older, meaning several years have passed, but they still keep ending up in the principal's office. But when they grow up, they appear in handcuffs, meaning they got arrested. Now that's what you call a life full of excitement. Want some advice? Don't do anything that will make the police mad. That same scene shows Raisa with a disappointed expression. Could it be that this time Jo went too far and they're going to have problems in their friendship? Do you usually argue with your friends? Comment the hashtag friends so we can get to know each other. In a very quick scene, we see that Jo is holding Raisa's head with her hair covering her face and her glasses still over her eyes. This makes her look like cousin It from the Addams Family. Then we see both of them on top of a car that probably belongs to Jo, since she's the messier one, and the car is damaged. Not to mention that Jo has a band-aid stuck on her leg. Was the accident serious? In another scene, we see the wall of one of their houses. It must be Jo's house because we see images of her next to a woman and drawings of that same character. She must be the girl's mother, but is Jo's mom okay? Is Jo alone in the world and has she lost her mother? Raisa might be the only person in her life, and that's really sad. We also see in this scene a photo of the girls graduating and that Raisa has some medals. In other words, she has a bright future ahead of her because she's a good student. But Joe, with no medals, does that mean they're going to drift apart? Notice that there are some butterflies drawn on the side of Joe's car, and Raisa was the one who made them, because in other images we see that she loves butterflies. A shot from inside the car shows that it's filled with photos of the two friends' adventures. They don't keep memories only on the bracelet. This is important because the movie is called The Forgotten Island, and memories are crucial in stories like this. A detail in the sky shows a jet plane flying overhead, and this is important because the two are talking about Raisa leaving for the United States and leaving her friend behind in the Philippines. Something is emerging from the sea, a strange light, and this is interesting because we're going to see that it's likely a mystical stone. This feels like a reference to Moana and the ocean bringing the heart of Te Fiti to the girl. A portal opens in the sand on the beach, and notice how it has the same design pattern as the sun on the school mural.
The same design appears on a stone that Joe was holding. This must be the source of the light that appeared in the sea. The ocean wants to take the two of them somewhere. As the portal starts pulling everything in, we see Joe's radio, and it has a cassette tape inside. The music that radio plays might be important to the story. More photos from the car appear, but this time we see the woman from Joe's house. She's definitely the girl's mother. It was probably Joe's mom who gave her the camera. The same radio and the camera are pulled into the portal. They're going to be important because, once again, it's important to remember that the girls are heading to the Forgotten Island. Photos preserve memories, and music does too. A giant sinister bird appears, but the detail we want to highlight is that the island's sun has the same design pattern as the portal. This animation looks more beautiful every second.
Ever thought about always having new animation content on your feed? Just subscribe and hit the bell.
Notice that Joe is now wearing a green stone headpiece, a warrior shoulder pad, and necklaces with glowing stones. But she had just fallen there and wasn't wearing any of that. In other words, this place, the island, changes you. We also see that it's a magical place since the bird has powers that make it glow. On Joe's denim overalls, you can see the design of the purple monster bat with wings. It seems she really does love that figure. The island seems abandoned, but that's not the case, because there are statues showing figures of people with 4 eyes and some structures that resemble houses. Who lives in this place? We still don't know, but there are monsters on this island, and the friends will have to protect themselves. The scene cuts and we see two things. First, Raisa seems to have grown wings, which is very strange. And second, now she has a shaved head, but why? We also see that now they are with someone else, a resident of the island. It looks like a mix between a human and a dog. Is he a friend or an enemy? Once again, the same sun appears drawn on a wall inside one of the girls' memories, and we get the information that the longer they stay there, the more they will forget each other. In other words, this is a story about fighting for their friendship. Their bracelets will be used in an important ritual. At this point, have they already forgotten each other? We see that they will travel through memories because Raisa is in the future, watching herself as a child alongside her friend Joe from the past. The couch cover seems to show the same design pattern as the sun and the magical portal. When Raisa is falling into a memory, we see that her sneaker has a purple heart with wings. This looks like a tribute to Joe. We see that they're running out of time because in one memory, the friendship bracelet is disappearing. They risk never meeting each other. Then, a hand that appears to be Raisa's grabs young Joe's wrist, even after the bracelet disappears, and the movie's soundtrack talks about not forgetting someone. This movie will be about traveling through memories, and you can't forget to always stay with us.
Take the chance and watch the 2 videos we left on the screen. I'm sure you'll have fun. See you soon.